look at really quickly and see what that is. And then see if that's something that I want to show you guys. But again, continue to text your weather photos 256-382-2692. That is something I greatly appreciate. That is information that Emily and I are really going to use and utilize. So, tornado warning in effect for Lincoln and Franklin counties. This also includes Moore County up in southern Middle Tennessee. That is going to run until 7:30 this evening. Let's zoom things out. Let's look at the entire Tennessee Valley as a whole. It's been a couple of minutes since we've done that. So let's look at the entire Tennessee Valley as a whole. First and foremost, we have the severe thunderstorm warning back across northeast Mississippi. That storm has really not moved all that much. It kind of appears that maybe that storm has stalled out a little bit or is gradually building more to the northeast. But that severe thunderstorm warning has been sitting there for a few minutes now. I want to zoom things out. A couple of thunderstorms hanging out across Lawrence County, getting up into Limestone County. None of that activity is severe. We are quiet across the Huntsville Metro. Looks like we're quiet down into Decatur. It looks like we're semi-quiet into Hartselle. But again, this activity here could impact parts of Hartselle or Decatur. And then for the most part, it looks like we're quiet across southern Middle Tennessee. So the one tornado warning we have in effect right now, and it's associated with all of this activity up across southern Middle Tennessee. Fayetteville getting a lot of very heavy rain. I would anticipate some gusty winds, maybe a little bit of thunder. The lightning really hasn't been pronounced with this storm, and I do think that's a little bit of good news. But we are going to continue to focus on the tornado warned storm here. Tornado warning in effect for Lincoln County. That is going to run until 7:30 this evening. So this is something we're going to continue to pay close attention to. I want to go back and look at our wind shear. I really need to zoom in to be able to look at the wind shear there. So let's zoom in on that storm. Still talking about some impressive wind shear. Now, a couple of radar scans ago, the wind shear was looking far more impressive. Now, it's still impressive, but at the same time, it also looks like it might be weakening just ever so slightly. Now, there was an area of broad rotation, and that might still be within this storm. I could try and zoom in at least a little bit more. I don't even know if I necessarily want to use that tool. What if I just do this? That's what I want to do, just to zoom in a little bit and try and find that area of broad rotation. And I do think that area of broad rotation is definitely still there, but emphasis should be made that this is an area of broad rotation at best. So here's our wind shear. Wind shear, again, it's a really great tool. If you watch my coverage a lot, you're going to know that I love using wind shear products, and it's something I tend to talk about, and it's something I tend to harp on because wind shear is a change in wind speed. Primarily, we're looking at a change in wind direction as you go up in altitude. So that is a really good indicator. When you're getting that change in wind direction especially, that is a really good indicator that you're talking about something that is rotating. And so we are talking about an area of increased wind shear up across southern Middle Tennessee, and I kind of want to zoom this out just a little bit so you can kind of get an indicator of what we're talking about. As a matter of fact, we're looking at, here's Winchester, and it looks like this storm is heading up towards Winchester. So that's something we're going to continue to pay attention to. I know Winchester is a reasonably populous area up across southern Middle Tennessee. And then looks like that's is still spring. So here's our storm here. And it looks like it's actually moving through Franklin County at this point. And there is a tornado warning in effect for Franklin County, and that is going to run until 7:30. So still about another 15 minutes there on the tornado warning for Franklin County. And it looks like we are going to be that's not what I wanted to do. And it looks like we are going to be focused on this storm here. And it looks like it is heading up towards Winchester. That is not what I wanted to do. What if I just do this? And then I will do that. There we go. So it looks like we're focused on this area here. I need to go ahead and redraw my circle. And it looks like all of this is kind of moving up towards Winchester. So if you're in Winchester, if you know anybody in Winchester, you need to give them a call. Tell them to get into their you need to tell them to get into their tornado safe place. Somebody is sending me, okay, I will handle that later. So, tornado warning in effect for some of our counties up across southern Middle Tennessee, Lincoln and Franklin counties. Up in southern Middle Tennessee, we've been looking at an area of increased wind shear here for the last several minutes, and that's something we're going to continue to pay attention to. The rotation has been relatively broad. I want to continue to look at a couple of our other radar products just to see if I see anything that would be an indicator that we have a tornado on the ground. I want to go ahead and zoom out and see if this storm is still, I didn't need to zoom out that far, but I want to continue to zoom out and see if this storm is still producing a little bit of hail. And it looks like that maybe it's not producing the hail that it once was. This storm at one point did have a more robust history of producing a little bit of hail. So I'm not going to completely rule out hail, but it would appear that the hail is not as big of a concern right now. Instead, we're just going to be primarily focused on the tornado warned section of this storm.
They just took Lincoln out of the tornado warning.
So Lincoln County no longer included in the tornado warning. If you're in Lincoln County, that is good news for you. We'll continue to stick with you at least through Franklin County up in southern Middle Tennessee and continue to watch this storm as it moves up through Franklin County. So Lincoln County no longer included in the tornado warning. At this point, we're talking about Franklin County up in southern Middle Tennessee. Lincoln County no longer included. Instead, we're just talking about Franklin County up in southern Middle Tennessee. I'm just trying to read an update. Okay, so that's not something I am going to worry about right now. So, tornado warning in effect for Franklin County up across southern Middle Tennessee. It looks like that tornado warning is going to run until 7:30 this evening. This is radar indicated. We have nothing confirmed on the ground. We have had no confirmed reports of a tornado, but we have had a variety of reports of funnel clouds. So this is something we do still want to continue to take very seriously. And then not to neglect the other storm that we've seen, we want to continue to pay attention to this storm. It looks like they allowed the severe thunderstorm warning with the line of showers and thunderstorms slowly beginning to creep into northwest Alabama to expire. But it's still a line of showers and thunderstorms, and it's a line of showers and thunderstorms that we're going to pay attention to. So back to the tornado warning we go. Tornado warning in effect for Franklin County up in southern Middle Tennessee. Again, this did include Lincoln County, but at this point it just now includes Franklin County up in southern Middle Tennessee. So this is something that I want to continue to pay attention to. This is something that I want to continue to watch. As I know, we do still have some viewers specifically, at least in Winchester. I know we have some viewers up there. So this is something that I want to continue to pay attention to, and it's something that I want to continue to monitor. So tornado warning in effect until 7:30 this evening. And again, we're going to continue to pay attention to this for the next several minutes, at least through the life of the tornado warning. So again, something that I want to continue to pay attention to, and I'm at least going to stick with you until 7:30 this evening when this tornado warning does expire. So I'm going to stick with you for at least another 10 minutes. It's okay. We can all hold out for at least another 10 minutes, and then we're going to kind of watch and evolve and see how things change as we head into the rest of the evening and then eventually into the overnight. So line of showers and thunderstorms hanging out across far northeast Mississippi. It looks like that activity is going to head into northwest Alabama, and then much of this activity is focused up across southern Middle Tennessee. I get it. Most of the activity is not across North Alabama. So if you're sitting in North Alabama, excuse me, and you're thinking, why is he on TV right now? Well, there is activity. It's just all hanging out up across southern Middle Tennessee. And our southern Middle Tennessee counties are just as important as our North Alabama counties. So I want to make sure that they receive the focus and attention that they deserve. And we are talking about some stronger thunderstorms across Lincoln County. We're not talking about any severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings across Lincoln County, but we are still focused on the tornado warning that is in effect for Franklin County up in southern Middle Tennessee. And that's something that we're going to continue to pay attention to here over the next several minutes. And it looks like the heart of this storm at this point is hanging out right over Winchester. I want to go ahead and I want to look at our shear product. Points the greatest wind shear. There it is, right over Winchester, right there. So if you know anybody in Winchester, they really need to be in their tornado safe place. Again, we have no confirmed reports of a tornado on the ground. This is a radar indicated tornado warning, but still, if you know anybody in Winchester, they need to be getting into their tornado safe place. So we're going to continue to watch this tornado warned storm. It's going to stick with us for at least until 7:30. So we've still got about another 9 minutes here on this storm. And again, it's going to be something that I want to continue to pay attention to, but I also want to remind you of the tornado watch. Recently, and Emily mentioned this a couple of minutes ago, the tornado watch was expanded to include Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties. It was also expanded to include Coleman County. Now, the expanded counties, Jackson, DeKalb, Marshall, and Coleman, the tornado warning or the tornado watch is going to run until 2 o'clock in the morning. Everybody else, the tornado watch is going to run until 9 o'clock at night. So for most of us, tornado watch will expire at 9 o'clock at night. For our friends across northeast Alabama, Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties, and Coleman County, don't want to forget Coleman County, the tornado watch is going to run until 2 o'clock in the morning. So we kind of have two different tornado watches going on. The first is over in northeast Alabama. That one was just recently issued. That's going to run until 2 o'clock in the morning. And then we have the tornado watch that is literally in effect for everybody else, excluding northeast Alabama. That tornado watch is going to run until 9 o'clock at night. And it's kind of important that we remember the differences there. So back over to radar we go. We're going to continue to watch. The tornado warned storm up across Franklin County, but at the same time, we're also going to continue to watch this line of showers and thunderstorms here that's back across northeast Alabama or northeast Mississippi, slowly beginning to push its way into northwest Alabama. So I want to continue to watch this line. It looks like it's going to clip far northwest Alabama. But then, of course, I also want to continue to pay attention. I want to continue to pay attention to this storm as it continues, and it looks like it is very soon going to push out of Franklin County. It doesn't look like it's going to live in Franklin County that much longer. So I want to go ahead and zoom in on this storm here. So we're back into Franklin County, not Franklin County in North Alabama. We're continuing to watch Franklin County up across southern Middle Tennessee. And this is something we're going to continue to pay attention to here for the next several minutes, at least until 7:30. And then we'll see what the National Weather Service Office chooses to do with this tornado warning. Oh, I didn't want to zoom in. That's going to zoom in, and it's going to zoom in like really far. No, it's not. Okay. It's not going to do what I thought it was going to do. So we have the tornado warning that is in effect. Let's see. Well, little super cells. Okay. That is more for my reference. So here's the tornado warning. Tornado warning in effect until 7:30, primarily for Franklin County up across southern Middle Tennessee. I want to go ahead and I think I want to look at something else. Let's go down. Let's attempt to go down to Madison County. Here we go. Let's go to Madison County. Let's attempt to zoom in on northern Madison County. Okay, so we're in northern Madison County, and I would like to zoom in a little bit more, but I don't want to zoom in as dramatically as it's going to zoom me in, so I'm better off just to do it by hand. And then I want to go back over to our velocity image, where maybe we're getting a little bit of very broad, let's see here, where it looks like maybe we're getting a little bit of very broad rotation. So we're going to continue to pay attention to a variety of different storms. Look at this. So an interesting area of increased wind shear here in northern Madison County. I want to go ahead and circle that so that I can continue to pay attention to that. So we're going back to northern Madison County. Nothing warned here, but I just want to continue to pay attention to this area in northern Madison County. So what time is it? It is 7:26. My radar scan just updated, which makes my circle relatively useless. So it is 7:26. It is almost 7:30. It is now 7:27, I guess. So we're going to continue to pay attention. I want to look at this little area here. It doesn't look like it's going to stay in North Alabama very long. Looks like it might have the smallest amount of broad rotation with it. So I'm going to maybe come back to that a little bit later. So Franklin County up across southern Middle Tennessee, we're going to continue to pay attention to that here for, as a matter of fact, they just expired the tornado warning for Franklin County up in southern Middle Tennessee. So we're going to stop paying attention to the tornado warned storm in Franklin County up across southern Middle Tennessee. Instead, we're going to look at the Tennessee Valley as a whole. I'm at least going to stick with you until 7:30 just because I like whole, nice, round numbers. So I'm going to stick with you until 7:30, even though right now, with the expiration of the tornado warning in Franklin County in southern Middle Tennessee, there are no active severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings across the Tennessee Valley. So certainly some good news there. But we do have, and I'm going to switch it back over to our Columbus radar. And I want to see if this activity will play. If I hit the play button, I want to see if it'll move. And I'm not entirely sure if it will. It is not going to play for me. Yeah, I wanted to see if it'd play, but it won't play, and that's okay. I would have to go back and mess with a setting. So we're going to continue to watch this line of showers and thunderstorms here. Currently, no severe thunderstorm warnings with this line, but it's something I'm going to continue to follow. It's something we're going to continue to pay attention to, as it does look like it could clip the northern fringes of Lauderdale County here over the next couple of minutes. But again, no severe thunderstorm warnings with this storm. It's just a stronger line of showers and thunderstorms across far northeast Mississippi, getting into far northwest Alabama. So I want to stick with you for just another minute or so. This gives me an opportunity to remind you to text your weather photos. And based on the number of noises my watch is making, y'all are doing a very good job at texting me your weather photos. And I really, really appreciate that. The number's right there on the bottom of your screen, 256-382-2692. Emily and I so very appreciate when you guys text us your storm reports and you text us your weather photos. We really, really, really appreciate that. That is an immense help to us because Emily and I are just kind of stuck in a windowless studio. So, and also we're in Huntsville, so we're not up across southern Middle Tennessee. So when you guys text me your weather reports and your photos and your videos, that is of great help to me. Well, it is now 7:30. I said I was going to stick with you until 7:30. There are currently no active warnings across the Tennessee Valley. So now that it is 7:30, I'm going to let you watch whatever comes on television at 7:30 at night. So I will go ahead and send you back to your regular programming, but I will remind you that if we do get any additional tornado warnings this evening, I'll be right back with you. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and send you over to regular programming.